Hello, everybody. Surprise, surprise. It's Apostle Bernard. Um, I'm uh, I'm trying to. Uh, I've been planning on doing a live for a couple of days now, and so we finally got a break in our schedule. We've been doing a lot of work, and so as you join me, please write your name and where you're from in the chat box. And I'm going to be on for about 30 minutes, and we're going to be talking about the revelation I received. Hello, hello, my friend. Uh, First name, give me your first name. Yeah, I recognize the name Knowles. You certainly are. I always appreciate your kind words and words of wisdom. All right. And so let me know who you are. Write your first name in the chat box. And if you don't mind, write who you are. Okay, Carol, good seeing you. Thanks for joining us. And like I said earlier, we're going to try to do more lives on YouTube. And I've been wanting to do this for a couple of days, but just had a lot going on. Hey, Judy from Charlotte. Good seeing you. That's a great part of the country, Charlotte. I used to live near Charlotte for about 4 years in Fort Mill. Yeah, so that's a great part of our country. Thanks for joining. And when I see people are coming on, and again, I want to thank you for joining. So, what I want to talk about is really wanted to come on and talk about the prophetic number. This is a revelation I got from the number 77. That is a number that I see often. It is, personal. It's a personal number for me. So whenever I see the number 77, it is a sign that the Lord is speaking. And so about a month ago, I was studying. So I want to kind of give you, what do you do? How do you discern the prophetic numbers? Because I get statements all the time. People don't know what the number, they're seeing the numbers. And here's the thing, you will continue to see that number until you learn what is being said to you. And so a consistent number, a prophetic number, is a sign from the Lord. And he is really inviting you to study and learn what he's saying to you through that number. So the Lord doesn't. Hey, Tiffany from North Carolina, thanks for joining us. Pine. I'm not even going to say the rest of it. I love your handle though. And so when the Lord is giving us, when He's showing us these numbers, what we have to do is actually we have to dig for the meaning. We have to learn the meaning. And I know that the church doesn't, do enough about teaching us about numbers. The church doesn't talk to us about numbers. And so a lot of us have to go to the occult. We have to look at angel numbers, which is not a communication from the Lord. Uh, but there is a rising number of prophetic voices and prophetic teachers who are now starting to teach on the supernatural through numbers, dreams, and visions, and other supernatural occurrences that we experience. Okay, and so trying to pull up my Bible right quick. So when you are seeing a number, this is what the Lord is literally inviting you to do. Okay, Proverbs 25, verse 2. Proverbs 25, verse 2. It is the glory of God to conceal a matter, but the glory of kings to search out a matter. Okay, so God is, when you're seeing a number, like I said, I often see the number 7, 7, 7. or 777. And when you're seeing that number, the Lord is concealing it. It's concealed, which means that the meaning is hidden. Okay. So then you, as a king, you have to go and search. What does this number mean? That's why the Lord is showing you the number. He don't want you running around. I don't know what this means. Why am I seeing the numbers? I'm losing my mind. No, that's not the posture of a king. A king is one who seeks for and searches for wisdom. All right, that's what a king does. So you have to go and search. So the first thing I do when I'm seeing numbers, and I've been aware of the Lord speaking through numbers for about 8 years now. So the first thing I do is I look through the scriptures, and so if I'm seeing the number 7, I just interpreted a dream, and the dream, okay. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Shannon Monique. Thanks for joining us. Your name looks familiar to me. I think you are a subscriber to our channel, so we appreciate you. Please, as you're coming on, tell me your name and tell me where you're from. Okay, I'm up to 12 people, and I want to know who I'm talking to because I can't see you. And okay, so if you can just type in your name, type in what city or what country you're from, I appreciate that. All right. So the first thing you should do is you look at the number. I just interpreted the dream, and then the dream was the number 333. Okay. Well, 333. Right away, when I see the number 333, I go to Jeremiah. Okay. Hey, Jessica from Austin. I used to live in Austin over 20 years ago. Yeah, I was a pastor. I pastored the church in Austin. Hey, Michaela. Hey, I'm in Atlanta. Okay. Would love to meet you. Which one of the things we're trying to do is we're trying to build a community here in the Atlanta area that's a part of our network, Renaissance Prophetic Network. So we would love to meet you, and maybe you would join us. So if I see the number 333, okay, I'm going to go to Jeremiah 33, verse 3. Hello, Jessica. Thanks for joining. And Jeremiah 33, verse 3, it actually is a call to prayer, call to me, and I will answer you and show you great and mighty things. Okay. Another number, okay. If I saw the number 333, I would go to John chapter 3 and then look at verse 33. He who has received his testimony has certified that God is true. Yeah, we're in Atlanta. I live in South Atlanta. South Atlanta. Okay. All right. Are you in Atlanta too, Carol? If you're in the Atlanta area, we have just been commissioned by the Lord to release a network, a prophetic network for those who are called to ministry, those who are operating in ministry, and those who are what we call an Ephesians 4:11 believer. And so we're hopeful in the next couple of months we're going to have a live meeting here in the Atlanta area where we want to meet those because we've been here in Atlanta for a year. It's almost in 5 days. It'll be 1 year since we moved here. We moved here March the 20th last year, and so we've been somewhat hampered by the coronavirus, but we're coming out. And so if you're in the Atlanta area, you need to join my mailing list so I can connect with you. Okay, I've got a special list of those who live in the Atlanta area. Okay, so let me get back to the numbers. All right, so Carol, do you live? Yeah, commission. That's true. Yeah, I'm a commissioned apostle. All right. So if you live in the Atlanta area, I would love to connect with you. Okay. All right. So Carol, please, please join my mailing list. You can go to my website, creativeawakening.us, and right there on our top, right there on the home page, we've got a search bar where you can join the mailing list. Okay. All right. So this is how so the first place you want to look for the number, the meaning of the number, is you want to look in the Word of God. You want to look in the scriptures. You want to look at what the Lord is saying in that number. Then if it's not making sense there, then you want to go to a concordance. So you want to go to Strong's Concordance, or you want to go to the Blue Letter Bible, and you want to look up the number. So what I was doing is most of the time when I'm studying the scriptures, I'm studying in the Blue Letter Bible, and so about a month ago, I was reading in Psalms 54, and it said in Psalms 54, David was praying, and David said, let me turn to it right quick. And if you have your Bible, I would encourage you to turn to Psalms 54, because this is now because I see the number all the time, I'm always getting revelations about the number 77, okay, or the number 777. And so I was here in Psalms 54, and in verse number 2, it says, "Hear my prayer, O God." And this is David, "Give ear to the words of my mouth." All right. And so I was reading it in the Blue Letter Bible. The Blue Letter Bible will actually tell you how many times a word appears in the scripture. It's a great resource. Every one of you should have the blueletterbible.org on your laptop, in your on your laptop, on your desktop, your phone, wherever. Okay. And so when I saw the word prayer, I looked at how many times that word appeared, and that particular word for prayer appeared 77 times in 70 scriptures, all in the Old Testament, all in the Old Testament or the Old Covenant. Okay, so then I was like, wow, 77. So I had been seeing the number 77, and although there's many words for prayer, there's many prayer words, many words of prayer. This particular word for prayer, yeah, wow. Oh, I'm so sorry, Jay. God bless you. Janine in Virginia, thank you. Love you back. Oh, I'm sorry you lost your son 3 years ago. All right, thank you. I appreciate that, and I'm so sorry about the loss of your son. Listen, I lived in Virginia. I've actually lived all over this country, but I lived in Virginia for 14 years, in Danville, Virginia. That was the last place I pastored before the Lord called me into the apostolic full-time ministry. So I'm so sorry. So sorry for your loss, but thank you for sharing how much of a blessing we've been to you. And so, Father, we just pray for Jay right now. And though she lost her son 3 years ago, we know sometimes that can still be a pain, that can still be a burden. But Father, I see, and I see Jay, I see really the morning lifting off of you, and I see some light. I see really sunlight shining into your life. So even though you lost your son and that was a devastating thing, I see the Lord is giving you new life, and the Lord is giving you, even the Lord is bringing new relationships in your life. So God bless you, and may you continue on to be with him. Yeah. All right. Thank you, IS. Thank you, IS. Thank you. From Germany. That's one of my favorite nations. I'm still believing one day I'm going to get to visit Germany, and just love that. Just love that nation. All right. So in Psalms 54, I saw the word prayer, and prayer actually means the Hebrew word for prayer is tapila, tapila. And it means to intercede. It means to make requests or to make petitions or to make supplications. And it also means to sing. All right. And so the Lord started speaking to me that in this year, because I turned 54 a few weeks ago. So one of the things I do is I try to get a vision for my year. And that's why I was reading in Psalms 54. So the Lord said to me that this would be a year of prayer, that this would be a year of a prayer, and that He wanted me to, it would be a year of praying with my mouth. Okay. It would be a year for praying with my mouth. Thank you, Kendrick. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad that the videos are helping. Glad they're helping. All right. Kendrick said, I see 7-7 a lot. Yeah, that is for me. That is my prophetic number. So whenever I see the number 77, I know God is speaking to me about my life. And I've seen and so one of the things I want to encourage you to do is sort of look back over your life and see what number has been prominent. See what numbers has been prominent in your life. All right. 7 has been prominent in my life because I've had a lot of cycles of 7. 7 represents cycles, and it represents seasons ending, seasons beginning, seasons ending. And I've had a lot of 7 seasons of 7 years in my life. All right. And so when I saw this number prayer, when I saw this word prayer, and Shannon says that I see 7-7 a lot and 3-3 a lot. Okay. All right. And so when I saw this prayer, I saw this call to prayer. Okay. And Jessica says 8 is my life. Now, of course, Jessica, 8 represents new beginnings, but don't limit yourself to just what that number means. Okay. Don't limit yourself to just what that number means. And Kendrick, if you're seeing a lot of numbers, the Lord really wants you to know, what does those numbers mean? What does the number 17 mean? One of my most watched video is talking about the number 17, and I can't remember the other number, but 17 is the number for fellowship. And then 33, one of the meanings for 33 is endings, because Jesus' human life ended at 33, right? And then 55 is the number of grace. Yeah. 17, 11. All right. And then 77 is actually the number for rest, but it also is coming in agreement with rest. And then 4 is the number for creativity, but 4 also means to rule and to reign. So when you're seeing the numbers, okay, you're going to keep on seeing them until you discover what the Lord is saying. Okay. So that's why I'm saying search it out. Okay. Pine says, I see 23 a lot. All right. Well, I'm not exactly sure what 23 is, but when I see 23, Psalms 23 comes to my mind. Psalms 23, which is the Psalm of the shepherd leading. Okay. The Psalm of the shepherd leading. The Lord is my shepherd. Psalm 23. All right. And so when I saw this number, let's see, prayer, when I saw prayer and I saw it being in the scriptures, and this particular word, tapala, and I started looking at the meaning for it. And what it means is it means to pray what you are seeing. So when the Lord told me that this would be a year of prayer, and I've always been a person of prayer, and I live in the presence of prayer. Okay. Well, 11 is the number for transition, but it is also the number for promotion. It means to ascend, because in most buildings, the steps that you walk up is 11 steps. Now, that may not be true today, but there was a time when every building had 11 steps. So So the number 11 is a number for transition. But what I want to challenge you to do is I want you to read, and I want to say your name, but I don't want to pronounce it, Michaela. So if that's wrong, please forgive me for butchering your name. But Michaela, start in Genesis 11, because Genesis 11 is very relative. Genesis 11 actually speaks of the Tower of Babel. So even though 11 is the number of transition, don't stop at the general meaning, because the Lord may be saying something to you. The Lord may be saying something to you in that specific number, and you need to really connect. Okay, and so one of the things I want to encourage you to do is, again, read the scriptures. Read what those scriptures. Read all of the chapter 11 and verse 11s, and pray and ask the Lord for revelation. Ask the Lord for revelation as you are reading them. Okay, and I know the Lord will give you. He'll give you revelation, and He'll give you understanding as you read. Okay, yeah. Yes, it's got to be biblical. Okay, so we need to. Here's the thing. All right, because again, numbers have been assigned to the occult, and they use numbers. They're not afraid of the numbers. Okay, they're not afraid of numbers, but the church is afraid of numbers, because for the most part, the church still is not prophetic. And when I talk about the church, I'm talking about the traditional denominational church, the evangelical church. They don't do a lot in terms of the supernatural and the prophetic. So if you're seeing numbers and you're in an evangelical church or you're in a traditional church, they're gonna dismiss what you're seeing because they don't have an understanding of it. All right. And so, but you don't want to go to the occult. You don't want to go to the occult. Jessica says, I came out of New Age. So that means that Jessica may have more of an understanding regarding numbers than we do, we who are believers of Jesus Christ. All right. Jessica said, I was afraid. Don't be afraid, Jessica, because God gave us numbers. Now, this is the origin. This is really why the Lord called me to teach numbers and to help people understand numbers. See, the Hebrew culture, the Hebrew culture is a prophetic culture. And when I say Hebrew, I'm not talking about Jews and the Jewish race or the Jewish nationality. I'm using the word Hebrew because Hebrew in the Bible means one who has crossed over. Abram was first called a Hebrew, right? In I think it's in Genesis, let's see, 13 or 14, somewhere around in there. And so Hebrew actually means, it means a spiritual culture and a prophetic culture. Okay. So when God called Abram out, God developed a whole culture that was built around faith. And that's what Abraham represents. And that's what Hebrew for us is a culture of faith, and it is a prophetic culture. All right. So then we have from Hebrew, we have the Hebrew alphabet, or what is known as the Aleph Bet. And the Aleph Bet, it starts with the Hebrew letter Aleph, and the last letter is Tav. Okay, so you have the Aleph and the Tav, and you got 23 Hebrew letters. And those letters is really the foundation of the Hebrew culture and the foundation of the prophetic culture. Each letter is linked to a number. So like the first letter, Aleph, is linked to number 1. The next letter, Bet, is linked to number 2. And it goes on and on, okay? And so when you're looking at the Hebrew alphabet, you're also looking at the numbers. God speaks in numbers. Okay. In Genesis chapter 1, when God was creating the heavens and earth, it would always finish the day by saying, and the evening and the morning was the first day, the evening and the morning was the second day. So God was numerating those numbers. He was giving us numbers in creation. All right. So this is why we see numbers. Now, what we don't want to do is we don't want to make the numbers God. We don't want to make a doctrine out of it. Okay, we don't want to make life decisions based on the numbers we're seeing, but those numbers as signs are showing us. They are showing us things in the spirit realm that God is saying to us. So this is why we need to know the numbers. Okay, don't be afraid of it. As long as your source is God, okay, then it is light. As long as the sun. Now, if you are using another source like the occult, or you're using demonology or numerology, or you're using the numbers to play lotteries, then you are mixing that. That's creating a mixture, and that's how Satan corrupts and deludes a lot of people. He's the one that brings corruption. But in God, we have purity, and so you don't have to be afraid of the numbers. And this is key, because Shannon says I started seeing numbers back in 2011. All right, now get this. See, the last decade, which started in 2010 or 2009, depending on what calendar you're looking at. From 2010 to 2019 or 2020, that was the iron decade. Okay, now each number, when you look at the years on the Hebraic calendar, the numbers are actually they start at 5 because their culture goes back 5,000 years, and so this year is 5781. So the year actually is linked to the Hebrew alphabet. So the last decade, the decade of 2010 to 2020, is the Ayin decade, and Ayin in the Hebrew language, Ayin is the letter I. Ayin. Ayin means I. So what God was showing to many of us, because I was a pastor then, and a lot of people were starting to have dreams, and dreams were multiplying. And people started seeing numbers, and that started multiplying because God was revealing to us these things in the natural. God was showing us these things, not in the natural, but in the spiritual, so that we could begin to see in the realm of the spirit. So now we're in the decade of the pay. Pay is the mouth. So now it is time for us to speak the things that we saw. Okay, and that's how the prophetic operates. All right. So I saw this. So I told you I'm going to be out of here in a couple of more minutes. And so when I saw the word prayer, and I saw the number 77, and then the number it was written 77 times in 70 verses, I knew that God was giving me a revelation. So this is what I want to leave with you. Okay. Now I'm going to put in the box. I'm putting a link in the box. I'm sorry to be typing this, but I'll be having a school of dreams and visions. Okay. In April, we're going to be meeting for 3 sessions in April, April the 10th, 17th, and the 24th. And if you're interested, if you want to learn more about joining, being a member of the school, because in the school of prophetic dreams and visions, I teach how to interpret your dreams, how to record your dreams, and I also teach how to understand numbers. So numbers is part of one of our sessions. So if you're interested and you want to learn how to interpret your dreams, and you want to learn how to understand your dreams, then you'll probably want to be in the school. Okay, and right now we're offering the school at a discount. The discount goes away on April 1st. So just go to my website, go to that page, visit that website, visit my website page, learn more about the school. And if you're interested, I would love for you to join. Okay. So I want to encourage you, based on this number and this revelation that I got, to pray with your mouth. This is what the Lord showed me, that this prayer is praying with the mouth. So it means to pray out loud. Okay. David says, I will pray with the words of my mouth. So when we pray with our mouth, we're actually creating our future, and we're creating our life, and we're creating we're creating. All right. And so when you pray silently, that doesn't really create anything. But when you pray with your mouth, you are literally releasing life, and you're releasing the thing that you're believing God for. Okay. So that's what this type of prayer, it means to pray the signs, pray the numbers. Okay. Pray the revelation. Okay. Pray the things that's in your heart. So you want to pray out loud. That's really what I'm saying. And that was the revelation that I received. So, hey, I have enjoyed being with y'all this afternoon, and we're gonna try to get back. If you're on Clubhouse, please join me please join me at Clubhouse. I plan on doing a session there Wednesday night on dreams and visions and numbers, and so maybe when I get back, I'll be able to interpret some dreams. But I do have right now I am a dream interpreter. So if you're having dreams and you want a full interpretation of either your dream or your vision, you can join us. Okay. So God bless you. Thank you all for joining. Again, please sign up for please join my mailing list, especially if you live in the Atlanta area. We plan on starting a community, a meeting of Renaissance prophetic people, the Renaissance Prophetic Network. We plan on doing an Atlanta meeting, and I would love to connect with you and love to meet you. We can hook up, get together over at Starbucks or at Panera Bread or wherever we can in the Atlanta area. Okay. God bless. We'll see you. Shalom.